What is going on, guys? We are back on another episode of DC Bronzies. My name is Tyler, and today we are going to be tying some smallmouth hair jigs. Alright guys, to start off, if you're not really into fly tying or making your own hair jigs or anything like that, don't worry, I've got a ton of other fishing videos that are going to be coming out in the next day or 2 days. I've got literally a lineup. Don't forget, I'm going to be posting every single day in the first week of June. So there's going to be 7 videos. I might even get out with a couple more videos. So be on the lookout. I might have 7 to 9 videos straight. Like video one day, video the next, just video. It's going to be awesome. So guys, stay tuned for that. Turn on your post notifications so you know when those videos are coming out. Today I am tying some hair jigs for my buddy Trent at Wired Outdoors. Go check his Instagram out. I'll link it down below. What we're using is just some Finesse Half Moon VMC jigs, and basically they're 3 32nd ounce. So if you guys don't know, usually you tie hair jigs and they're super lightweight, like a 16th to an 1/8, making sure that you get some specific action with it, with that light head. So it kind of depends. You guys got to experiment with weights, with feathers. But today I'm also going to be using I'm going to be doing a black hair jig. Just going to be using some generic black Marabou. And yeah, we're going to get started. I'm going to zoom the camera in on the vise so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. And yeah, let's tie these hair jigs. Alright, pardon the super messy desk. We've got our vise right here. Got my scissors, got my bobbin with black thread on it. We've got our VMC jigs. I've got a pliers in order to take off these plastic keepers on there. I've got some super glue, and then I've got my Marabou and obviously a whip finish tool. Alright guys, first step is to take this little barb off. A lot of these finesse heads do have that on there, so I'm just going to be using a pliers, and I'm just going to pull and then twist it off, and I'll be back once I do that. I've got to say, this is pretty cool. I've never did a fly tying video. Used to really be into fly tying. But recently, I've been doing a little bit and doing these hair jigs, which is super fun, and I use them for smallmouth. So that's what's great about that. All right, so to begin, we are going to start by starting our thread. We'll start it. Doesn't really matter where you start it, on the further up on the hook shank. So I'm not an expert fly tyer by any means, but I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing. Just gonna clip that tag end off. We're gonna tie all the way down to approximately right at the point of the hook there. What I like to do is throw a little super glue, throw a little super glue on here, just on my thread wraps on the base. Oops, I'm probably blocking your view. Just on the base, and I gotta pull my bobbin out because it's pretty bad. My string doesn't just come out on its own, my thread. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap back over that, get a nice solid base, and then we're gonna come right back and start at the back of the hook, right where it was before. So that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna tie in our first clump of Marabou. When I'm doing these hair jigs, I'm looking for a nice clump of Marabou. Some of these are kind of bad, which I usually shy away from using, but basically I'm just pulling a nice little clump out. This is a thinner clump, but that's alright to start. What I do is I pinch it up there, and I'm going to cut off the base, and I'm going to tie that in. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab that. See all those gnarly ends there? We're just going to clip those off, and then I just get the best grip on them that I can, and we're gonna tie in about the length of the hook shank at the back to start. Just gonna run that thread right around there. If the Marabou kind of moves when you're setting it in, tying it in, no big deal, because we're gonna have to try to hit every side of the fly. We're gonna try to hit the top, sides, and then the bottom as we're tying up the fly. Unfortunately, I got a little carried away with the super glue, but then I usually just clip the excess. Sometimes I'll tie up depending on if I need to build up a little bit of a base, but right now I'm just gonna clip that off. And I got a little too much super glue there, caught on my fingers. But yeah, so then we're gonna just tie up, kind of make a base, make sure that Marabou's tied in good. So basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna go increments like super small, maybe like, quarter inch maybe, or less, probably less than that. Yeah, I'd say maybe 1/8 of an inch up the hook shank. Start there, and we're gonna tie in a new clump. And we're gonna keep doing that, just super small increments, but we're gonna try to hit the bottom, all sides, to make a nice full fly. That's gonna be the end goal. I'm gonna pull out another clump of Marabou. That feather's kind of bad. We're gonna try to get a better clump here. So I've got my next clump. Clip off the gnarly ends. And so we've got our bunch there. We're gonna tie one in on the bottom. And there's not really a specific way to do this. Honestly, I just kind of play it by ear and see what looks good. Tying it in on the bottom there. A few wraps to secure it. Once it's secured, I'm gonna go a little more up. And then I'm gonna clip all that excess Marabou off at the base. There's what we got going on so far. And I'm just gonna keep trying. The goal is to make these flies really full and big, bushy. So that's what I'm working on. So now you can see we've got the bottom and the top and bottom. We need a little more feathers on the sides. So as I go up, I kind of alternate with what I'm doing next. This time we're probably gonna tie kind of from the side here, if you can see that. Just gonna tie that in, kind of let it move a little bit to fill up the fly. You can kind of yank on your thread and sometimes it'll turn your Marabou, which is alright. So we got that part secured in. Clip that. And then just basically continue. Actually, that might be pretty good. Maybe we'll do 2 more clumps. I like to leave about, I don't know, maybe 1/3 of an inch or close to 1/2 an inch behind the head, just of some built up thread, which I'm already starting to do, as you guys can see. So we'll probably end right about there. Do probably 2 more side clumps to get that profile out a little more. Alright, there we go. It's basically done. Now we're just going to make a nice uniform head. Alright, once we've built up a decent thread base here, and honestly I probably would have liked to have the feathers a little further up, but it's not a big deal. We've got a nice big hair jig clump there. Grab my whip finish tool and oops, oh boy, and get a nice probably 7 or 8 turn whip finish in there. That'll do. Tighten that off. Clip your thread, and we're going to come in here with some super glue once again. I'm going to try to give it Just not real thick coating, just a thin coating on all the thread so the fish don't rip it up. Just a thin base coat just to make it nice and strong. And that right there, folks, is the finished product. Alright guys, so this is the final product. As you can see, quite simple, nice and big like a hair jig should be. I've got that super glue on the head there. Overall, just looks super solid. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode. A little bit different, never done a fly tying episode before, but these hair jigs are killer for smallmouth, especially in the Great Lakes, any clear bodies of water. And honestly, I'm sure they work in different dirtier lakes with smallmouth as well. Give them a shot. I'm sure they'll work for largemouth, but they're real smallmouth killers in that clear Great Lakes water for those smallmouth. So if you guys have any questions about how I'm tying it, what I'm doing, how I'm fishing it, leave me down below. I would love to answer those questions. And yeah, I mean, until next time guys, thank you so much for tuning in on another episode, and we will catch you on the next episode of DC Bronzies. See ya.